I never thought rubber could make me this happy. Outside of, well, yeah, I never thought rubber could make me this happy. I remember my first time reading One Piece, or well, watching it. I hated it. I couldn't fathom watching an entire story. I think at that point, it had 400, 500 episodes around there. At that point, I couldn't fathom trying to watch this story about a rubber boy who said gum gum before every attack. It was annoying. It didn't make sense. This was something I couldn't get behind. Being a super Naruto fan, what the hell? Why would I watch this? I want to see ninjas, bro. I want to see people running with their hands behind their back. That's what I want to see. I don't want to see rubber pirates fighting fat women with maces? What? This is trash. This is not something I can get behind. So after, I watched a few other anime. I said, One Piece isn't for me. I'll watch something else. After those anime, I've been hearing, things about One Piece again. I gave it another try. Hated it. I said, no, I can't get behind this. The Orange Town stuff, the buggy stuff. No, I'm cool. Dropped it. Then I watched some more anime. Then I said, you know what? I'm going to give One Piece 100 episodes. 100. Then after that, I am not watching this rubber bullshit anymore. For me, when it changed, when I realized that this is something different, this isn't like the other anime I've seen. This is the long game. This is a show in which I will be invested in, a show that's going to take me on a journey in which I'm not sure exactly what to expect. Honestly, I don't know what I'm looking for, but for some reason, I felt like I was going to enjoy it. And that was post B.D.A. The B.D.A. arc for me is one of the best arcs in One Piece because it's so many small things in that arc in which you see complex characters come together with different goals and different ways in which they can get there. In that arc, it covers not only overconfidence, but then characters who don't have that much confidence in themselves. It touches on loyalty, betrayal, promises, honor, strength. All of those were prevalent in B.D.A. I was like, this is one arc from Sanji to Gin to Mihawk, Zoro, and Luffy. Don Krieg. All this was packed into one arc, and I'm just beginning this story. And then that moment, Owner Zeph, when Sanji went before Zeph and he said, thank you for everything, I was hooked. And I think one thing that One Piece deserves credit for, even if you don't like post-time skip and pre-time skip is where it's at for you, building a story for this long and keeping it this fluid in regards to being invested in a story in which it's older than the main character. Can you try to think about that? The story is older than the main character. The reason why I'm talking about all this right now is not only because I plan on rereading One Piece and talking about every single arc on this channel. There was information released recently about the end of One Piece, and we've had these conversations before when the editors came out and said that there's 5 years till Oda ends the story. Then one editor said, well, no, probably not. He said it before. Then one editor said, well, based on how he's going, it probably could end in 5 years. And I'm not gonna lie to you guys. For me, sometimes watching the anime and reading the manga, it goes very well together, almost as if the manga and the anime, it's planned for them to be consumed together, right? To consume both. Like there are things in the manga in which we don't get much exposition on it. Then when you watch the anime, it's like, well, it clarifies it perfectly here. Did Oda just write this just so the anime can expound upon it? Because they covered it and they were correct. The specific instance I'll mention here is Sanji and Page 1. In the manga, we did not know if Page 1 was done, if he got defeated, if he's out of the arc. In the anime, they showed Page 1 getting up from Sanji's final attack. That was not in the manga. So fast forward when we finally see Page 1 in the manga, it's like, okay, the anime was correct. Is that a bad thing? Well, it can be viewed that way if you're anime only. No, everything is being fulfilled there in the story. So then that begs the question. If Oda's currently just writing the story, of course he's writing his story the way he wants to, but he's aware of the fact that the anime can fill in the gaps that, he really doesn't want to cover in regards to action, etc. Why wouldn't he? Especially if he has a strict deadline of 5 years. Now with Corona going on, I'm hard pressed to think that could happen. So maybe it's stretched to 6, maybe 7 years till One Piece is ended. But this promotional material that's come out, it's eerie. Because it made me look at the series and say, at some point in the midst of the breaks and Shonen Jump breaks and Golden Weeks and all that bullshit, we're gonna wake up one day and there will not be a new One Piece chapter coming out, expected to be out, on break. One Piece will not exist in Shonen Jump anymore. When I thought about that, it was scary for me because of how long it's existed in my life. But let's talk about what was said. This is all promo and this is translated. We have to wait for official translations to come out, but this is pretty near what like they're trying to convey. And this is what it says. Now is the time to reread One Piece to prepare for the last arc in the future. The title of Volume X, Recommendations for Rereading, Peak Preparations. So, what does all this mean? Well, when looking through the comments and just seeing people that speak native Japanese, they're saying this more than likely means the final saga, right? So post Wano, it's not just one arc left. More than likely it's the saga. The world government, Blackbeard, Pirate King, Raftel, all that stuff is going to be, compiled into a saga. I'm assuming probably 2 or 3 more arcs till the end of One Piece, because personally I think there's a ton of things that we have to get through post Wano, right? Outside of dealing with the repercussions of Luffy becoming an official Yonko post Wano, Big Mom and Kaido not being in the fold anymore, the SSG and all that stuff. But what about Blackbeard? What is he going after? How does Luffy intertwine with the end game of the world government, the revolutionaries? How does that go down? We still have the whole storyline with Imu and the Great Cleansing. How could Oda bring this all together? Of course, he's going to find a masterful way to do it. He always does. But how will this happen? Personally, I think there are multiple ways in which this could go down, but this isn't a prediction video. This is a video just highlighting that One Piece is indeed in its final stages. And if this promotional material wasn't convincing enough, just look at the story. We're currently in Wano. We're fighting 2 Yonko. More than likely, more big players are going to come to this arc or to this stage or to this country, and they're going to have to overcome them. I think post Wano, Kaido and Big Mom will no longer be, relevant in a story for the most part. Then where do we go? When we first got introduced to One Piece, there were things in place, systems established for this world to work the way that we saw. It was all laid out for us. That's why we always say One Piece has the best world building. It's so much shit going on in One Piece at all times. That's why it's so interesting, right? It's like a moving world. Nothing slows down. Nothing stops. That's why the newspaper and all that stuff is so valuable and just great information, because there are always things going on. As the story has gone on, these established principles in One Piece, they've been broken one by one by one. They had 4 Yonko, 4 established Yonko. 1 died. They had to replace one with Blackbeard, a former subordinate of the Yonko who passed away. The Warlords, a key cog in this entire balance. They rid themselves of that system. That system is no more. Now they have another way to kind of supplement what's going to go on in the SSG. Yet again, another system that does not exist. Now we have 2 Yonko allying to go against the world government. Well, to be more accurate about that, they want to take over the world. So obviously the world government, they're standing in their way. As far as we know, that's never happened before. And as I mentioned, we cannot forget the great cleansing that's going on with Imu and Vivi and all that information. So currently where we are, with Blackbeard, we think going after the ancient weapons. Kaido and Big Mom confirmed going after the ancient weapons. More than likely, Shanks is going after Blackbeard. Luffy's nature and his special power and his connections with someone like Momonosuke, who people feel like he could be an ancient weapon. I think he could hit all the buckets. There are a lot of references there that we can point to in regards to him being Uranus. Even his power, how it operates, it's a lot like Shirahoshi's, in how he commanded Zunisha to go forth or to attack Jack. Shirahoshi has the same power to command Sea Kings. Luffy has connections to these too. So of course, the ancient weapons is going to tie into Luffy's storyline as well. All these things are happening in which the flow has been stopped. It's no longer a consistent system. It's no longer a balance. At this point, it needs one thing. One major thing has to happen to tip the scales to full anarchy. What will that be? However, we know for a fact, post Wano, the world will be in chaos. Going into Wano, as calm as the world was, even with all the stuff going on, revolutionaries attacking Marijoa, warlord system being abolished, going after Mihawk, going after Hancock, I feel like that would be tame in comparison to what will happen post Wano. So post Wano, what happens? We go to Alabath, some stuff with the revolutionaries, some stuff with Blackbeard, endgame Raftel, world government stuff, then what? That's it. So, it's scary to think about. I don't like thinking about it, and I'm sure a lot of people don't like thinking about it as well, but it's happening. It is absolutely happening, and I really just wanted to talk about just how we should probably just start appreciating One Piece, a bit more. I do see a lot of slander and all these things about the story, whatever. It's not gonna be here forever. And, they've said this about the story ending in 5 years, all this stuff. This is promotion saying, this is probably the best time to reread One Piece. I want us to do that. I'm not sure exactly when I'm going to do it, but probably within the next coming months, I'm going to reread every single arc of One Piece on stream, then I'll do a full review of every single arc. That's something I absolutely would like to complete. But guys, give me your thoughts. What do you feel about this information? I'll link it below where I got it on Twitter, because I've said it before that One Piece is in its end game. We have to start taking this seriously. And people are like, what are you talking about? It's a lot of time left. Guys, we can say 5-6 years is a long time, but in terms of One Piece, we're in the latter end of the story. And even Oda is coming out and saying it. Promotional material is saying it. What else do we need to start taking this seriously, that One Piece is nearing its end? We don't like talking about it. I don't like talking about it, because a world without One Piece has done a lot for me, right? Like, I think the story in general, when I first read it, it captivated me in a way, and it's taught me things. I've learned so much. I've met people through this series. Imagine finding a friend, something that you can latch on to that helped you through life, genuinely helped you through life, not being there anymore, right? Of course, memories will always still be there, and for our case, the volumes, the chapters will always be there, but no new material. Of course, there are a bunch of things you can take from and remake and add, and prologues and epilogues, all this stuff. But the story of One Piece, where we follow Luffy and his crew, it's ending. It's ending. But guys, give me your thoughts. How do you feel about this? It's not fun to talk about or think about, because holy shit, like, no One Piece? Waking up with no One Piece the next day, knowing that's the day the chapter comes out, or a Sunday where it's Shonen Jump and there's no One Piece in it. It's no break from Oda. It's just done. Something to think about. But yeah, give me your thoughts. Make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel for more content like this. Follow me on Twitter at BrogODAce. Follow me on Instagram, brogody.ace. Thank you to my patrons. I appreciate you guys so much. More than likely, I'll be doing this on Twitch, so you can follow me on Twitch as well if you want to be proactive, or if you enjoy streams and things like that. We stream there all the time. We have a good time over there. So if you want to pull up, enjoy, the link will be below. So again, thank you guys so much. Like and subscribe. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.